Hi, April. I loved your video. It's good to see that you're doing pretty well and that Grandma and Grandpa had nice things to say. The other day I went to Wales. I took a day trip to Wales with one of my roommates on a bus tour, which was very fun. It took about 2.5 hours to get there. It took a little longer than we had anticipated because one of the bridges had flooded. Then we went to Tintern Abbey, which is this old abbey that monks used to live at.
I'm in Wales and this is Tintern Abbey behind me. It's very pretty. This is what it looks like inside. You can see the rain really well. It's raining, so I found a little place to wait it out. There was no war or anything, but all of this, all the ruins, have just happened over time. So, Hogwarts in 100 years, if you just left it alone, it would look like this.
We explored the village a little bit. We found this old road that was hidden. There were some fallen trees and everything, but we just kind of climbed over them. I tripped a little bit because the roots were all sticking up and there was mud, so if you stepped on what you thought was flat, but there's actually a root there, it kind of could be bad.
The Abbey. It's right by this river. It's moving really fast.
Yeah,
And
if
it's
you
really
anywhere
rough.
near that slope, you'd be like slipping off and into it.
Oh yeah. I can't believe that someone, well, I guess I can believe that someone got stuck there before and had to get helicoptered out last year. It's crazy.
But I didn't fall. I managed not to fall the whole time until we were finished, and then we were walking on the completely flat, brand new pavement, and I tripped. People thought that was funny. We walked through the village for a little while. We kind of followed the side path until we decided that we really needed to get something to eat because we had to get back on the bus, and it was going to be another hour before we got to the other city, and it was like 12 o'clock, and I was like, I don't think I can make it until 1 o'clock without eating. So we found a little shortcut, kind of ran through the middle of a field, got a little bit muddy, and got some soup and bread that we could eat on the bus.
How cute is that wooden playground?
Does that not look like a Hobbit playground? Then when we got to Cardiff, we went to Cardiff Castle.
Now we're at Cardiff Castle in Wales. This is the new bit. And over here's the old bit. And there's a little well, and a peacock, and a trebuchet, and some weapons. But they're not active weapons, so we're not in the middle of a war right now. Just in case you weren't clear on that. This is the Cardiff Keep. Looks a little bit better than the Helm's Deep.
They were selling these little red Welsh dragons in the gift shop, like little toys that made me think of you. There was this one woman, this one girl, young lady, she was probably about my age, maybe a few years younger, and she was like picking up all of them and feeling them and holding them before she decided which one she wanted. They were all identical, but she kept doing that. Then we went and got something to eat, like an actual meal. We found this book called The Cat and the Fiddle. It was like in the window across the street, and we were trying to remember how the rhyme goes. I couldn't remember it because I only remembered the Lord of the Rings one, but finally I got it. Hey diddle diddle, played the cat on the fiddle and the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Something like that. We all know the other one though. The better one. The one with the inn and Frodo dancing on the table. Even though it's not in the song, they should add a verse about that. About the 4 hobbits that went to the inn and the one of them disappeared. Someone probably should write a song about that. Then we went to this museum, some museum in Cardiff. I don't actually know the name of the museum. We're going to call it the Cardiff Museum. They had lots of old bones and old artifacts, and they had this little animation thing that looked like a Nazgul from the Return of the King cartoon. and it creeped me out. Standing there, my friend was talking to me, and I was just like, what is that? What is that? And she turned around and she was like, what? Because of course it disappeared by that point. But it was creepy and it was scary. And then I had this cauldron, and the cauldron like moved, and then like things came out of the cauldron like giant eyes and people with spears, and it was scary, but it wasn't supposed to be scary, but I thought it was scary, so I made us leave that section. Lots of French paintings and other paintings and absolutely beautiful landscape paintings. We found a book about trees. My roommate that went with me, her undergrad degree was in forestry. We talked a lot about trees. Really cool trees in Wales. And then we got back on the bus and spent a long time on the bus. Maybe it just felt like it was longer because I forgot my headphones. Don't forget your headphones when you're going on a bus ride. Other than that, I've just been reading and writing and nothing new or exciting. So I guess I will talk to you next week. Bye.